Welcome folks, it's Crafty Carol here with yet another small video for you. Some quick and easy cards, and these are the cards. Show you those first. I've done them all the same way, just simple layers, a few little decorations. Got some ideas which I'll mention during the videos to improve them, but whatever. And I just want to show you how I've made them. I've used 2 stamp sets to make these. Let me just move those to one side for a minute. For the image, I've used the Cottage Rose set with the main big image here, and the background is made with the lovely watercolour shapes stamps. So I'm using that with this just to make a very simple card. So what you'll need to make these cards, you need a card base. I have used mint macaron as my card base. I think any other pale would do. Soft seafoam would be rather nice, but I've run out of soft seafoam, so I need to order some. So I couldn't use that. I think I'd prefer to. But anyway, this is mint macaron. So this is the usual card base size, which is 21 by 14.8 and scored and folded at 10.5. And then the layers that I've got, I've actually used, what's that one called? Oh my goodness, can't remember. Anyway, this is Early Espresso. Soft suede, that one's called, and I ran out. So again, I need to order some card. So this one is Early Espresso, but whatever, you want a dark layer at the back. You could even use basic black. But this layer is 10, no it's not, it's 11 by 9.5. And then I've got a layer in the colour that I'm going to use for the background of the card. I've chosen for this one Pale Papaya, and that one is 10.5 by 9 centimetres. And finally, my piece of basic white for my image is 10 by 8.5. So those form your 3 layers. So let's get on with some quick and easy stamping. So I'm using Pale Papaya, one of the lovely 2021-23 in colours. I've still got a year of these to go. I'm very pleased because I like these colours. And this is the circular stamp. There's a circle, a square, a rectangle, large stamps, and all manner of smaller stamps you can use. But this is, I'm just going to use the Pale Papaya. Ooh, a little bit sticky, that pad. That should be fine. And I want it somewhere in the middle. Leave a bit of room for my sentiment down the bottom here. But I'm just going to stamp that on. So they're supposed to look like that. They are, they've got that sort of, well, watercolour look. That's why they're called watercolour things. So let me just clean that stamp. And then we'll bring in the image. So this is the lovely rose image from that Abigail Rose set. The Cottage Rose is the stamp set. So I'll get my soft suede. So soft suede or Early Espresso. I've used Early Espresso as the base, so perhaps I ought to use Early Espresso actually. Apologies for me reaching across to get my Early Espresso. I haven't yet upgraded that to the new stamp pad, but hey. I'm just going to, I might actually take the stamp pad to the stamp in this case, because if I can get it to hold, because it's quite a big stamp and I want to make sure it's all really well inked. So ink up that stamp and then just simply stamp across. Make sure I've got the whole image down. You could use a Stamparatus if you've got one. So there we are with the image, and I've forgotten to get my sentiment out. I'm going to use the Best Wishes one again, reaching across again. So just going to ink that up again in Early Espresso to match the card and pop it in the bottom corner here. And there we have our image. So really, I better put some of these stamp pads away. Do you know, I'm a dreadful one for leaving the stamp pads open. Really must close them all up and put them away so that they remain good. Clean my stamps in a minute, put those over there. So very simple thing to do, and all I've done here is decorated these cards with some little flowers. This is a little retired punch. I'm going to do the same, so just out of a scrap of the same colour that you've used as your base, I'm going to just punch out 3 little flowers. I'm going to give you a little clue as to how to help shape them. So I have this tool, but anything that's got a round end, so the end of a felt tip or anything that's slightly rounded, you don't want anything that's pointy, put these things in the middle of your palm. You can even use the corner of your finger, but I find a tool works best. Just hold them in your palm like that and shape them just simply by pushing down. It just gives them just a little bit of shape, which is rather nice, that we can then stick on the card. Oop. Obviously you can cut little flowers out with any dies you've got or any other punches you've got, or even by hand if you really really want to do that. The other tip I was going to give you, I've made these cards very plain, but I think if I do them in future, I might actually emboss the front of this just to give it a little bit of texture. I'm not going to do that now because I just want to show you very quickly how to put this card together. Dead simple. We're just going to stick all the layers together. But that might be quite nice actually, just to use a little bit of embossing just to give a little bit of texture. So then, simple as simple, all we're going to do is stick the layers together, trying to get the layers equal. I can't quite see completely over it. Ooh, there we go. And the benefit of using Tombow becomes evident when you do something like that and don't get it straight. So then we'll stick this one on. This is my stamped layer, and you can see how effective it is just to have that little bit of colour behind. I don't need to colour the image, I don't need to do anything like that. I'm just putting it together, and then we simply stick the whole thing on the card. And there we have, very quickly, get that on, putting it slightly to one side so I have roughly the same gap around it there. And then I'm just going to stick the 3 flowers on over here just by putting a little bit of Tombow in 3 different places. Stick the flowers on. Ooh. Ooh, sticking to me. Sticky fingers. There we go. Stick those on. And just to finish off, I've got some of the basic rhinestones here. I'm just going to get a pokey tool and put a little rhinestone in the middle of each of the flowers just to finish off. I did think about putting some rhinestones around the image as well, but actually I decided not to. You could put 2 or 3 rhinestones around there too. And there we have it. Such a quick and simple card. If you're going to make some, as I say, experiment, you could perhaps use embossing on the front of the card, use some different colours, mix it all up. You can see all the different colours I've used here. Put them all together so you can see them. Ooh, hopefully those are all in view. Can't quite tell. Yeah, there we go. So I hope you enjoyed playing with that little technique. This would work with any large flower stamp. Got some bits on there. Let me just get rid of them. I'll finish with it later. But there we go. Could work with any large flower stamp, combinations of colours. Have a play. That's what creativity is all about. Just keep playing. And if you want to know more and see any more of my projects, have a look at the website, which is Carol's Crafty. I don't even know my own website. craftycarolscards.co.uk, where you'll find all of the cards and instructions that I've made recently in my blog. Have a good look around. And if you want to know any more, please get in touch. Don't forget to sign up for my regular updates so you don't miss any of these videos. And I'll see you again soon. Bye.